very soon.
We are live. We are live.
We are live. All right. Welcome everybody to Leaf Open Farm Sunday today. And today we are hosting you right from Ghana in West Africa, right here in Autu Senya. What you are saying? Today we are in Bojasi in the central region of Ghana. BlueSkies Zulu Farm will be hosting you for the Leaf Open Farm. Alright, I welcome you back online. You pardon us for our network. You see a beautiful farm all around. Like I said, today BlueSkies Zulu Farm will be hosting you for the Leaf Open Farm Sunday. And you are right here in Ghana, West Africa. Today might be the first time you'll be seeing us here. And that's good. You can see BlueSkies Zulu Farm. It's an MD2 pineapple plantation as well as papaya plantation. You see a beautiful MD2 plants in their beautiful states, which we have properly taken good care of. We should be ready in the next few weeks to be taken to the factory for processing. Indeed, our factory is about 45 minutes drive away from here, where we are much into the fresh from harvest activity. We believe that our consumers must eat the very best. So we harvest right from the field, and then the fruits will get to the factory for processing. You might be seeing our fruits very soon. Beautiful BlueSkies Zulu Farm has about 700 acres of croppable lands, and we do averagely 200 acres per year of MD2 pineapple. We also have about 70 acres of solo papaya in production, where we supply most of our fruits to the factory, which is about 45 minutes, I said, drive away from us for fresh cut processing. Today we are on the field and we will be taking you through some of our beautiful production processes. You see Eric right there cutting some fruits. Eric, what are you doing this morning?
Yeah, thank you, Johnson.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm checking the maturity of the fruit. It's almost ready for harvest.
Wow.
And I'm with the Patometer.
Yeah.
I want to check the sugar level.
Okay.
So what I do is that I just cut a piece of it.
Okay.
And I will squeeze.
Be careful with the knife.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll squeeze
Okay.
the water on it. And I'll check the bricks level. I'll check.
What does the bricks level do?
The bricks is the sugar level.
Okay.
Actually, it's
Okay.
the sugar level
Okay.
in the fruit. And for us, we harvest when the sugar level is between 13 to 15%.
Oh, that's nice. Then at what stage, what happens for us to get to this stage for you to also measure the bricks level of the fruit? What are the production processes you go through here?
Wow, thank you very much, Johnson.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Pineapple is a tropical crop, and as any other crop, it requires a very good land preparation.
Oh, okay.
Pineapple is a heavy feeder,
Okay.
therefore you need to prepare the soil very well,
Okay.
so that it can take off very well and grow to give us the ripe that we want.
Oh, nice one.
So, prior to our land preparation, what we do is that, we have a recreational program.
Okay.
So we actually leave our field to regain its fertility. And we do that by growing a cover crop. There's a cover crop called Marque. Even as you can see right from here, we have some growing. This is a leguminous crop. This is a leguminous crop called Marque. Yeah. Even it's seeding. So we use this one to actually.
Eric, let me help you with this.
Thank you. It's
Today,
very drizzling.
yeah, today has
I need
been a
to-
blessed day. You could see drops of rain coming down to us here. In fact, we've been waiting for rain for quite some time now. The weather pattern in recent days has not been favorable at all. I think it has been worrisome to most farmers around.
Of course.
Is that
of
not
course. It has been a problem. In fact, for the past 4 years,
Yeah.
I think the rainfall pattern is dwindling.
Wow.
So it's giving us a hectic time, for our production practices actually. But as I said, this is a Marque plant,
Okay.
and we use this one to fallow our land. The fallow period lasts for almost 8 months. Sometimes it takes almost 2 years.
Wow.
Of course, because we have large spans of land, we have the luxury of irrigating, our fields.
That's great.
Okay, so when we want to prepare the land, what we do is that we plow the land, and most occasionally we do that only once. We do that because we don't want to destroy the structure of the soil, and also destroy most of the living organisms in the soil. So we do that only once. Then we harrow. Then after that, we also set our ridges. In fact, the ridges are set along the slope. For the reason that, we don't want to cause erosion,
Oh, okay.
right? So we ridge, then we plant our suckers. In fact, pineapple has 3 vegetative paths that we use to propagate it. We have the sucker, we have the crown, and we have the slip. But here we use only 2 plant parts, that the sucker and the crown. Now this is a pineapple plant. This is a fruit. And you can see the crown on the fruit. The crown is an extension of the stalk, right? So you can replant the sucker, the crown.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now the sucker is developed from the base of the mother plant. Mostly after harvesting, actually. After harvesting, we allow the field to grow with suckers, and we reproduce with those mother plant. The suckers develop from the mother plant, right? For a variety like sugarloaf has the 3 plant parts. That's the sucker. Okay, so as I was explaining earlier on, this is a mother plant. It has been harvested. You can see the stalk. So the fruit was detached from the stalk. And this mother plant has developed plantlets. So these are the suckers. So we harvest this one and replant it on a new red field. But before we do that, what we do is that after harvesting the suckers, we cure it.
That they should leave their
The curing is we expose the base, and we turn it upside down. for UV light to, kill any disease-causing organism or pests there. I think if you look at this, look at this white substance here. This is a mealybug. A mealybug is one of the pests which affects pineapple. It causes wilt. So in order to prevent or transferring the pest from the field to a new field, this is what we do. Okay, and we do same to the crown. The crown is detached from the fruit. Then, okay, right? So, right? Okay, so you can detach this from the fruit like this. So we can also plant this one, right? And we do say, as I said, we turn it upside down so that we'll not transfer any disease to the field. Now, pineapple has basically three stages. We have the vegetative stage, and here we do 13-month cycle. 13 months. Then from planting to harvest takes 13 months. So for the vegetative stage, here it lasts for 8 months. It lasts for 8 months. And the other 5 months are for flowering and maturing of the fruits. So as I said, we have 3 stages. We have the vegetative stage, we have the flowering stage, and the maturing stage. Now, these plants have been induced. These plants have been induced. We cause them to flower at the same time. We call it synchronized flowering. We do that because we want to have all of them ready for harvest at the same time. If you allow this plant to flower by itself, you will have staggered flowering, and it will not help our harvesting program. So as you can see, this is an unfortunate situation. Actually, we induced these plants, but some of them failed to respond. And later they responded. So this is a flower, as you can see. So this is now flowering. The others are almost ready for harvest. So actually this stage, these plants here, or these fruits here, they are actually ready for harvest. Perhaps next week or 2, we will harvest them. Now, as I said, if the fruit is almost ready for harvest, we check the maturity, and we use the refractometer, as I mentioned earlier, to check the Brix level. Okay, and for us, we want it to be between 13 to 50%, and that will give you a very good taste. And I believe most of you have enjoyed our product set for harvest.
Wow,
Yes.
thank you. And we are still at BlueSkies Zulu Farm. Like I mentioned earlier, today has been a blessed day. We are seeing some few showers of rainfall, not as big as we anticipated though. In fact, our seasonality here has been a very good one, where we don't really rely on we have mostly traditionally relied on the rainfall, pattern. But in recent days, our rainfall pattern has changed, making it sometimes difficult to harvest enough fruit. We have, however, rely a bit on irrigation. We irrigate some of our fields to harvest enough fruit. You can see beautiful shrubs. We are able to plant every week in order to harvest every week. This is part of our blue sky culture. We always need fresh fruits at the factory. You could see a following land right over there, and we are allowing it some time. We welcome you to a field that is under preparation. Currently, this field is being prepared for the next planting season after fallowing. This is mainly done after the fallowing. You could see some white items on the field. Yes, these are, wow, you can see some beautiful wildlife beds too. That is some tractor operation ongoing. Currently, the operator is getting the land ready.
Let's keep it here.
How are you doing? And that's one of our hardworking tractor operators getting the land ready. You could see a community right behind us. This community has been very, very helpful to our production processes. Like I said earlier on, the central region of Ghana is mainly an agrarian community, where the people around are all helping in our agricultural processes. Our compost is being mixed into the soil. So, that's a beautiful forest you could see over there. We have about 7 acres of untouched forest, and this forest has become the habitat for over 50 species of birds and some reptiles, as well as squirrels and many other animals. These birds, like egrets, you see some beautiful birds flying around, and that's the infield over there. Due to the recent rainfall pattern changes, we have to use an alternative means of irrigating some of our fields in order to have more fruit. Let's go to Madam Dorothy. I could see she's ready with her compost. What happens at the compost site? Madam Dorothy, I could see some beautiful compost there.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Okay, thank you, Johnson. Hello, everybody. This is Dorothy, and I am coming to talk about the compost that is used for the farm main process that we see here. We have the waste that is generated from the factory on a daily basis being brought to the compost site. You have seen some pineapple peels on the farm. You have seen the crowns. You have seen the fields that are producing the planting materials. All these are waste that is brought to the compost site on a daily basis. We have even brown boxes that are used to import fruits into the country during certain lean periods. All those are also brought to the compost site at Blue Skies. These are put together, they are mixed. You can see some samples that I have in my hands. Materials here, and we have some fresh greens here as well, together with some wood shavings and other materials from the environment, depending on the season and which one is predominantly available. We gather all these, put it together. We take our composting procedure through an 8-week cycle where we'll be monitoring the temperature to make sure it does not overheat to burn microorganisms that are beneficial to building the soil structure. We also check our carbon dioxide that is emitted, which gives us an idea of how active the microorganisms that are feeding on the tissues of the fruit waste are in our compost setup. We do this checking and we do regular turning as well, and by 8 weeks all the bulk waste that is brought to the site would turn into a very rich soil-like structure like I have in my hand right here. And that is the compost, all the fruit waste not discernible, but this. And this compost from our lab analysis has very high nutrient contents. All that plants of all kinds need, macronutrients, micronutrients. It has exceptionally high levels of potassium, calcium, molybdenum, boron, and these improve the fruit's internal quality, the fruit's yield as well. Compost also has an exceptional high water holding capacity. And so whether rain or shine, when you are producing or preparing your land and you put in compost, it is going to give you an amount of moisture that is good for your crop size and the development. Taste of the fruits that compost is also used to produce is also highly exceptional, very sweet. You have shelf life also enhanced as well. And then from our lab test as well, our compost also has a very high organic matter content and it improves the soil structure. So this is our story, how we take fresh fruits from the factory, from the farms to the factory, and then the waste is also converted into compost at the end and is taken back to the fields to replenish and build up depleted soil nutrients. Thank you.
Wow, this is a very good practice, I see, and it also enhances, like you said, the quality and nature of our fruits. Thank you very much, Madam Dorothy. I see Alistair coming. Alistair, where are you coming from? I can see, where did you embark on a project?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Justin. So as you can see at the background, this is a typical Ghanaian community, and as a company, we do not just produce fruits and process fruits, but we also try in part of our cultural practices and part of the leaf requirement to ensure that the communities where we operate, they have a better living condition. So this is a typical Ghanaian community where we have over 600 people living in this community. We also annually support these communities by giving them the necessary sanitary facilities, providing them with water, building schools to make sure that people's livelihoods are enhanced and they live a better life. So this is one of the communities that have benefited from the Blue Sky, from our foundation, where we reach out to the community. We provided them with a toilet, and you'll be surprised that question before that if you do not have a toilet, what will you do? But some of these conditions really exist in that part of the world, and it is important as businesses to make an impact in the life of the people by ensuring that their livelihoods are improved. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who have been part of this program this morning. It's been quite exciting journey with you. We have seen your questions. I'll be responding to them accordingly. And if you have any further question, we always we would want you to put them down there, and then we'll find time and respond to them appropriately. But on behalf of the team, the Zulu team, the Blue Skies team, from the farm somewhere in the central region, you want to say a very big thank you. And we wish you all the best. Have a blessed Sunday and enjoy our wonderful fruits whenever you get an opportunity of seeing one. Thank you very much.
All right, goodbye. Goodbye from Ghana. Goodbye from Ghana. Bye-bye.